Hey everyone, it's Alyssa here with Breastfeeding Counselor. Today I want to tell you about the top 10 tips for breastfeeding success. Ready? Here we go. The first tip is going to have to do with the first hour of birth. So if you are still pregnant and you're watching this and you want to know about the top tips, this is going to really help. So it's really important to get breastfeeding going within the first hour of birth. So what that means is putting that as a part of your birth plan, really making it important to get breastfeeding off to a great start. Number two kind of goes hand in hand with the first one. It's skin to skin. So starting skin to skin. And this is really can be done beyond that first hour, but this is how breastfeeding gets initiated in that first hour. So we're going to take baby and we're going to dress baby down to a diaper. And then mom is going to have no top on and we're going to place baby right here, chest to chest, and allow baby to work their way down to the breast. So that's going to be really important. It's going to help baby go to a natural state and really use those instincts to get started breastfeeding. And if breastfeeding is not going well for you right now, this is a great tip to get it going again. Lots and lots of skin to skin. I mean, hours and hours a day, as much as you can. Really make this a priority. All right, tip number 3, we want baby to have a nice wide mouth when latching on. So a lot of times I'll see moms with their babies and they're saying baby is opening really, really shallow, really not very much. And it's super important that baby gets that nice wide open mouth, as wide as possible, like they're yawning. That's going to be the third tip for success. So when you're ready to latch, you want baby to have a nice wide mouth. If baby is skin to skin and they're trying that nice wide mouth, they may root around until they find the breast. So it's super important that they get that wide mouth before the latch on process happens. It's going to get them the best amount of breast tissue. Sometimes we have to help out and kind of sandwich the breast a little bit as well. All right, tip number 4 is going to be support. We definitely want to make sure you have a nice support system going, and it can be very invaluable to your success with breastfeeding. So make sure you grab your support partners, and I talk a lot about this. I include this a lot in my Breastfeeding Basics course, is that support is vital to success. So make sure you have your people around you and they know what your breastfeeding goals are. All right, now tip number 5 is going to be follow those early hunger cues. So babies will let you know before they cry that they're ready to feed. So one of those things can be rooting. So they have their mouth open and they'll kind of be looking side to side for the breast. If you touch their cheeks, you can elicit that response. So you can kind of see what that looks like in your baby. So kind of brush their cheeks and they should turn and root towards. This is usually for young infants. It kind of goes away after a few months. So if your baby is a little bit older and you're having some specific breastfeeding troubles, this one may not be the one for you. Those early hunger cues happen a lot in kind of the beginning stages of breastfeeding. Tip number 6, X the stash. So I see these beautiful pictures on lots of social media platforms that have freezers full of breast milk, which is beautiful and great, but it's just not realistic in most circumstances. A lot of times those parents are overproducers, or they are pumping a lot of milk out, and that's not necessary. If you're going back to work, you don't need a huge stash. Maybe 25 ounces is probably a good start. So you can do that pretty easily in a few days leading up going back to work. All right, number 7 is going to be getting a tutorial on pumping. So this might mean reaching out to a professional for help and really trying to understand what pumping is, having someone observe a pump. This is something that's super common that I see, is that the flange size on the breast pump is not fitting accurately. And this means that the mom may have pain during pumping. The mom may, or the parent may have some difficulty with getting enough milk out. So get a tutorial on that. There's lots of resources on this, but a lot of times it just takes a little bit of more effort to really get pumping off to a great start. Another key is hands-on pumping. So make sure you get a hands-free bra and you massage as you are pumping as well. All right, number 8 is going to be joining a local support group. There are lots of local support groups, and actually since COVID-19, we have seen a surge in the number of virtual support groups. So make sure to look on Facebook. I'll also include a couple of places in the comments below on how to get plugged into a support group. And I recommend using Breastfeeding USA and finding a support group through them. They have a lot of great resources there. Number 9, find a professional. An internationally board certified lactation consultant can go a long way, even if you need to do 1 or 2 sessions with someone, even if you just need a little reassurance. It's very important. So our team has internationally board certified lactation consultants, and we are ready for you if you need a virtual consult as well. But if you want someone local to come in, help weigh the baby, do a weighted feed, that's great too. So be sure to look for an IBCLC or another lactation professional in order to have someone to help you with that. All right, number 10, this is my final tip, and that is keep going. When it feels tough, keep going and be persistent, because once you get over that really difficult hump, you're most likely going to be on the downhill slope of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is a learning curve in the beginning. There are challenges, and it may not be 100% second nature to you and to your baby, but that's okay. It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of learning and some practice. And when you're using those good basic tips in order to have success, then you will find that you are going to be successful. And, again, leverage all of those resources to help you, like your support group, your IBCLC, your other local groups. Those are all going to be great for you. All right, thank you so much for watching my video on the top 10 tips for breastfeeding success. And now if you like this, you can go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel for more breastfeeding tips and breastfeeding support. If you want to check out the course that we have, it's in the link below. It's our Breastfeeding Basics course, which is going to go farther in depth on all the things you need to know about breastfeeding. It's a really great course for someone who is still pregnant or someone who has just started breastfeeding. All right, see you soon.